I think we are on the verge of a nuclear renaissance. Nuclear is back in fashion again, like short skirts, but nuclear is never going to be the cheapest form of electricity. But the virtue that it brings to the table is it is a consistent, reliable producer. And so it's important for a base load, and particularly for industries where the continuity of the base load is absolutely critical, like high-end computing and some other things. There's a lot of, I think, confusion in the nuclear space. Romania has some big nuclear projects, which are great. It's going to be great with the base load. And then there's also the interest in developing the SMR, which is a small nuclear reactor. And I think there's a lot of misunderstanding in the world about small nuclear reactors. They think that somehow it's like buying a Volvo. It's like a cheap thing. So SMRs are actually not cheap if they get built, but they have the virtue of, like big nuclear, being able to produce a reliable output. But if you need a big base load for a national grid, just buy a big nuclear reactor. SMRs need a use case. So dedicated users that are willing to pay maybe a little more because they're getting something they truly value, which is that continuity energy. So maybe it's off-grid, maybe it's a military use, maybe it's a remote facility or something like that. But I think one of the things is Romania thinks about, because nuclear is part of its future, I think it's a smart decision. And I think SMRs are a great part of the mix, but you really need to think through the use case. It can't be just like, I want an SMR. What is the customer? What's the rational basis for building an SMR? And I think that's something that you need to think through rather than just throwing money at SMRs.